Welcome to the new episode of Statistical Computing. In this session, I am going to discuss about the formula of correlation analysis. To determine correlation between two or more variables, there are two basic methods. The one is diagrammatic method and another one is mathematical method. The diagrammatic method I have already discussed in previous lecture, in previous recorded video session. I hope you have already seen, and in this session I am going to discuss about the mathematical method to find the correlation between two or more variables. So there are three different methods to find the correlation. The one is Karl-Pearson's method, another one is rank method, and the third one is concurrent deviation method. Let's see the Karl-Pearson's correlation method formula and about the Karl-Pearson's method. The Karl-Pearson's is a measure of correlation between two variables is called the coefficient of correlation or correlation coefficient. It is also known as product moment coefficient. Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation between two variables x and y denoted by symbol Rxy. Or by simply R if correlation is based on the sample of values of population of x and y. However, the correlation between x and y is based on all the values of population of x and y, then correlation of coefficient is represented by the symbol P of xy or P, or where P is a Greek letter pronounced as rho, R-H-O. But we will use as the correlation symbol as R and R of xy. So the first formula let us discuss to find the correlation is R of xy is equals to covariance of x and y divided by under root of variable variance of x into variance of y. Now we need to learn how to find the covariance of x and y. So it is mentioned in the same slide beside the first formula. The covariance of x and y is equals to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by n. Or you can say Rxy is equals to covariance of x and y divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Or you can write the same formula as Rxy is equals to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by n into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Let's see the formula of correlation using actual mean method. If it is mentioned in the question to find the correlation using actual mean method, then one of the formula you can use it. This method is known as the actual mean method because we are going to use the actual x bar value and the y bar value, x bar value and the y bar value, which are the means of the particular variable of x and y in the formula, so that it is known as actual mean method. And the another method is assume mean method, where you have to assume one of the value as the mean value and you have to solve the question, right? So that method is assuming method, and this is the actual mean method where you are going to use actual mean. So the formula is Rxy is equals to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar divide by under root of sigma x minus x bar whole square into sigma y minus y bar whole square. The another formula is Rxy is equals to sigma xy divide by under root of sigma x square into sigma y square. You may think there's no x bar and y bar in the second formula, but this formula is used for the short questions, right? And here I have mentioned next to the formula where x is considered as x minus x bar and y is considered as y minus y bar. So it is not the actual sigma xy, but it is sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Or the third formula is Rxy is equals to sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y divide by n, divide by the whole term divide by under root of open the first bracket sigma x square minus sigma x divide by n whole square, close the first bracket into open the second bracket sigma y square minus sigma y divide by n whole square. The next formula that I am going to discuss is basically used when we have small values given in the question, such as the values are the values between 1 to 20, because we normally used to remember the square of those numbers, I mean between the 1 to 20, and the multiplication table also we remember. So our calculation becomes much faster, right? And if this formula is used for the large numbers like 3-digit numbers, right, or more than like 40s and 50s, right? So the multiplication of those numbers, you'll get a large number as the result, and there maybe the chances of mistakes are higher. So I would not prefer this formula for the large numbers. For the small numbers I'll prefer this formula. So the formula is n into sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y divide by under root of in the first bracket n into sigma x square minus sigma x whole square, close the first bracket, into n into sigma y square minus sigma y whole square, close the second bracket. The next, that is the assume mean method. In the assume mean method, where the actual numbers are deducted from the deviated value from the assume value, right? So there the number becomes smaller and the calculation becomes easy, and you can do speedy calculations, we can say. So the formula is n into sigma dx into dy minus sigma dx into sigma dy divide by under root of n into sigma d square x minus sigma dx whole square. Close the first bracket into the second bracket, open n into sigma d square y minus sigma dy whole square. The second formula is r is equals to n into sigma x dash into sigma y dash minus sigma x dash into sigma y dash divide by under root of n into sigma x dash square minus sigma x dash whole square. close the first bracket, open the second bracket, n into sigma y dash square minus sigma y dash whole square. The next formula is rank correlation method to find the correlation. R is equals to 1 minus sigma d square divided by n into n square minus 1. And in terms of repeated rank, the formula is different, where R is equals to 1 minus 6 into ed square plus sigma m into m square minus 1 divided by 12. Now this term can be modified as sigma m cube minus m divided by 13, right? The whole term divided by n into n square minus 1. The next is concurrent deviation method, where R is equals to plus or minus under root of plus or minus 2c minus n divided by n. Here we have plus and minus sign out of the square root, outside the square root and inside the square root. So these three methods are there to find the correlation. In the next video, I'll show you how to calculate the correlation using these three methods, right? The next formula we have, that is probable error. After finding the correlation, you can find the probable error. So the formula is PE of R, the probable error of R is equals to 0.6745 into SE of R. SE is the standard error if it is given in the question and the values are not given, then that term is found through 1 minus R square divided by under root of n. That is standard error. The next is interpretation of the value of correlation. So we can say all the answers that should be within minus 1 to 1. If the answer is between 0 to 1, then it is positive correlation. If the answer is 1, then it is perfect positive correlation. If it is minus 1 to 0, then it is negative correlation. If R is equals to minus 1, then it is perfect negative correlation, and if it is R is equals to 0, then it is zero correlation. Thanks for watching my video. We'll meet soon in the next session.